Hello my babies. So I am so excited to bring y'all this nail tutorial. So right now I'm just using Nail Factory nail forms, and these forms are very long. So I put the little sticker in the back because it makes the form have more shape and body to it, and it holds the form better, so when you pinch it at the tip it doesn't just like, the plates or deplete or whatever you want to call it, but it doesn't just get really flat on you. It has like a lot of body to it. And I put the oh Jesus, I can't even remember what it's called, but I put the sculpting sticker really deep under my cuticle to where it hurts me a little bit, only because the shape of my nails are very, very funny, so I have to do it that way. And then I go ahead and I pinch it all together at the bottom. I'm just doing the same thing for my pointing finger. I'm just putting a sticker on the back, pushing it deep underneath that cuticle, but not too deep, y'all. Y'all don't want to just be sitting there like halfway bleeding now. You gotta be smart. You gotta know when you can take the pain and not take the pain. Mine isn't too bad to where it's like painful, but you can feel it under there and it's very uncomfortable. Let me say that, it's very uncomfortable.
They say fools believe in it, so I guess I'm one of them. Don't you know I fell for fools gold, I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fools gold, I fell for fools gold. What did I know?
I'm so sorry I was out of frame for this. It was hard to film while the camera was behind me, but this is just the Nail Factory nail bond. So this is like the little primer that you put on your nails. Before applying the acrylic, I had already shaped my nails and everything in a different view, and I didn't want to put that on here, so I'm sorry about that too. But I went ahead and I used my all of my products are Nail Factory, so I'm not gonna keep saying it, but I used their liquid monomer and I'm using their powder, and this is in the color 4, I want to say, and it's like a soft pink with slight shimmer inside of it, like a glittery shimmery pink, and it is so pretty. I pick up my first bead and I always start at the free edge of the nail, so I start exactly where my nail where my nail is, and then I build it up. So you're gonna see me take a lot of beads because I'm not an expert, you guys. I'm not somebody who could just pick up one bead and just like drop it on my nail and drag it all the way down. I can't do that. I don't know how to yet. So with that being said, as you see, I'm going in with my second bead, and we're just going to go ahead and blend this out. I'm going in very lightly the first time because I'm going to build that up. I like my nails to be semi thicker, being the fact that I do break them faster. So I start thin and then I build up until it gets to the nice thickness that I want. And this is a Nail Factory number 10 brush.
The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go.
So when it comes to applying that bead to the cuticle, I put it around the cuticle, and I did move a little slower. You definitely want to move a little faster than me, especially when you pick up your bead and it's not like runny and it's like very like I don't want to say solid, but it doesn't have a lot of bounce back to it. That means you have to move very fast because it's going to dry faster, and Nail Factory dries very, very fast, especially for sculpting. So as you can see, I'm trying to press really hard to make that bead move because I did apply it too slow. So now I'm just going to the extra long part of the sticker, you have links on there. That's what I really like about this, and I made sure all of my nails were to the extra long so they all can be very even and all the same length. That is very, very important. So when you're using sculpting stickers, make sure that you have like an indicator on there to show you where to, you know, where the length that you want all your nails to be. And it also have the indicators on how wide you want them to be. So the thickness, I mean the width of it, it has an indicator for that too. I don't really follow that indicator because I don't put all my stickers on the same, being the fact that all my nails are shaped different. But I just eye it out, and if I feel like my nails are too thin, you'll see me later on down the line going back and building the nail back up because I did feel like it was too thin. And I just went back in with another bead, and we're just building all of it up now. It was pretty flat, so now we're just going in and we're just going to build this whole nail up to where it's all even and nice and thick. It's not too thick, you guys. I don't want like some super thick, gaudy kind of nails. I want them to be just have, you know, some thickness to them so they're more resistant to break. I already cracked one of my nails. I got kicked in my hand and it's cracked in half. But guess what? It's the thickness is so good. It's not cracked like. It's cracked all the way to the bottom on the edge, on the side, but it's only cracked halfway in the middle because the thickness that I do for my nails. So my nails hold up really good. The nail is not going to come off. It's not even budging. I am going to still fix it because just in case, I don't want any, you know, me hitting it again, it can pop off. So I don't want that to happen. So I am going to go ahead and fix that. So that nail is finally done. Now I'm just going in with my pointing finger, and I'm going to do it the same exact way that I did the middle finger. I did do the first two off camera because, like I said, I had my camera positioned differently at first. And a lot of the times I was trying to film by myself, and my husband was upstairs, and I was out of the frame a lot. And so I had to have my husband come down. So as you can see, you can see my finger moving a lot because he's like, oh, move your hand up, move your hand down. He's like guiding me through the whole process. It's so cool. Like, as I was watching this tutorial, like, this was literally one of my favorite nails when I was watching myself build up the acrylic. This was one of my favorite nails that I was doing. It just looked so good. If you wanted to stop it, like how when I first put the first bead on and I had it and I drug it down, you can see how short it was, but it still looked really, really pretty. So if you want to stop your nails, of course, a lot shorter, you could definitely do that. You definitely don't have to wear long nails, y'all. This is just a preference that I like. My hands are very, they are a little bit on the bigger side, so I like longer nails to make my fingers look slimmer. And always, when you're applying a bead of acrylic, if you're applying a bead of acrylic and it is runny, you always want to put your finger down. So put your hand in a downward position so the nail is not running toward the cuticle, it's running down the finger toward, running down the finger to the tip, or running up the finger to the tip, because people say that's up. But whatever, you guys, I'm just saying, let it get to the tip of the nail. So hold your hand down and let it run so it's not dragging, so it's not running toward the cuticle or running toward the sides. You want it to pull downward. I don't know what kind of file this is, but my mom got this file from some nail place here in Las Vegas, and it just has like a little hook, U, whatever you want to call it. I filed the sides of my nails first, and then as you can see, I'm going underneath the nails. So that is what's going to shape your nails. Some people only file the sides of it and the top of it, and they're trying to figure out, why can't I get that shape? It's because this, you have to do the bottom of the nail. So as you can see, you see where I'm going right now. I'm not on the side of the nail. Now I'm on the side, but you'll see me again right there. When I go underneath that nail, you see that little hook. I'm trying to file that completely straight, because that's what's going to give it its shape. That's what's going to cause the nail to be really square and very, very sharp, and, you know, really eye-catching to the eye, because the shape is very popping. So make sure when you're filing your nails, you're really taking your time to get underneath that nail. This is the Icona drill. I know people said that I was drilling my nails wrong when I went live, but whatever. They say you're supposed to you're supposed to go straight from the cuticle down to the tip of the nail, or up to the tip of the nail. But I do what I think works for me, and that's fine. Do what works for you. I'm an all believer in that, because people do things different, and you still have a different outcome, and sometimes you can have the same outcome. So my nails still came out really good with me doing it that way. And I'm just making sure that my nail is completely flat and smooth, no lumps, no bumps, no crocodile humps, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm filing on the top of that nail to make sure that it's completely smooth and soft like a baby's booty. So we ain't having, you know, we don't want no rippled nails. We all want it to look really seamless and beautiful. Now I'm taking a drill the drill bed. You see I changed it from the foul one. I don't know what they're called. I don't know the names of the difference, you guys. I just know what I use them for, and I changed it to this metal one. And the reason why I changed it is because this one gets closer to the cuticle, and it also really makes the cuticle, by the cuticle, really flat and really beautiful, versus that drill one. It would have cut me up, baby. I would have been having cuts all over my fingers if I would have tried to do it with that. So thank God I learned, and I know how to not do that, because I would have been jacked up. So you always want to have different bits for different things. Like that metal one was for, you know, getting in close onto that cuticle without cutting yourself. And then you have even smaller ones if you want to get even closer to the cuticle, or if you feel like that's not close enough, or you're just too scared to go on with the medium sized one, so you need to go on with a tiny one. They have smaller ones too where you get in the cuticle. I have those too, but I just don't use them. Now we're getting those sides nice and straight. Like I was mentioning earlier, you want it to be nice and flat. And now I'm just taking an orange buffer. That's a little buffer, and it makes your nails so soft. It makes your nails so soft. I did not like the way that how skinny my ring finger and my pinky was, so I went back and fixed those two. But I didn't do it on camera. But I did do my pointing finger on camera. So I wanted to make sure I did one finger just so you guys could see how to go back and build up on a nail if you mess up and you feel like you did it too thin. I used to go to nail shops that wouldn't go back and fix it. When I used to be like, oh, this one's too thin, they used to be like, okay, well, you should have told me, or they just won't go back and do it because they don't have time. So with me doing my own nails, if I feel like I have a problem with something and I need to go back and fix it, I can go back and fix it. So I'm gonna show you guys how I went back and built up on my nail. You see how good they're looking? They're looking so softy. Okay. So I'm just taking that form back around that pointing finger, and I'm pinching it really hard to make sure that it stays nice and firm underneath. But as you can see, it still had like a little gap in it, so I had to press it really, press the bottom of it up to where it was flat. Now I'm just taking some little tiny beads of acrylic. I'm so kind of out of frame, I'm sorry y'all. And I'm dragging it to the side of the nail. As you can see, I'm not really building up on the top of the nail because I don't need that. I just want to build on the side of the nail to make it thicker. So I'm putting it right on the side, as you can see, and then we're gonna flatten it out, and then we're gonna make sure that it's to the desired width that we like. And as you can see, it's already like building up. Look at that. Oh, it's building up. Oh girl, work that nail, okay? And now we're gonna make sure the tip is nice and where we want it to be. And since our nail is already filed, we have a great guide on how we want it to look. And I'm gonna take the form off in a minute. And when I take the form off, you're gonna see by the cuticle, it has like a little gap. I'm gonna show you guys right now. You see that little gap right there? We're not gonna leave that like that. We're gonna go back and build that up. I already took the form off, yes, but I'm gonna go back and build it up without the form. So this time I'm not going directly on the side of the nail because that form is not there to support me. I'm going kind of on the top of the nail and then pressing it down to the side, and then making sure that it's not running to the bottom of the nail. If it runs, you want to go ahead and take your brush underneath the nail and then just drag it from underneath that nail. And look at how it's just fit. Look at that gap. It is gone, baby, gone. There we go. You see? Boom. Make sure it's not underneath that nail. And then go back in and flatten that out right on the side, and look at that, it's completely gone, and you won't have to worry about it breaking right there at the free edge of your nail. My husband edited this video, y'all. I don't know why he put me doing a thumb in there because he didn't even capture the whole thing. Like he captured a part of me doing the thumb, which was cool, I guess. And then he captured like me putting it down on the cuticle, and then he didn't even finish showing how I do the cuticle or how I finish filing it. So let's just, enjoy this little couple 1 minute, if that, of this thumbnail, and then we're gonna go ahead and move on to designing. Okay, so I forgot I did go back because I was like, babe, you can't just like not show how I completely, file it. And so I forgot I did go back and adjust the editing a little bit to where y'all can see me filing around the cuticle and filing on the nail to get it nice and flat. But yeah, it came out really, really pretty. I really like how the nails came out. So now I'm just taking my Nail Factory gel polish, and this is a nail polish that when you put in the lamp, it completely dries. It don't dry tacky, so when you pull it out, you don't have to worry about wiping it. It's completely dry. I'm just making sure I go around those cuticles and make sure that I don't have no gel polish that ran into the cuticle, because it would dry like that, and you do not want that. It's called one shot, because like I said, you put it in and it's done. And I put those nails under the lamp, and as you can see, I did not do my ring finger, and there's a reason why. You guys will see that in a minute. And then you want to make sure that it's pressed and put underneath the lamp to cure. Now I'm just taking a wax stick. This is called a wax stick, and I'm using I'm not using nail glue. I'm using resin, because it does not dry right away, but it does. You see that little pink bottle? It's called nail resin. It does not dry right away, so you have a little wiggle room to move those beads around to put them where you want them to be. I'm gonna just go ahead and let y'all watch, because we are almost done. I don't know the sizes of these stones. I just know that they're Swarovski crystals, and that's what I use to put on my nails. I use large ones, medium ones, and very, very small ones. And all I did was the same thing that I'm putting these ones on. I did that on the pinky, and I just framed it. I just couldn't record the pinky because my camera was tripping, so I had to do it without that, because it took me 4 hours to do this tutorial, and that's why it's so long. I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm living in shadow.
I take more gel and I don't put it on the stones ever. I'm taking it around the stones, and it's gonna make sure that those stones do not move. And it's also, so then I take my gel and I put it back.
I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fools gold. I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? And you were fool's gold. Oh my God. Yes, I did. And I did it all for love. Yes, I did it all for love. Oh, they say fools believe in it, so I guess I'm one of them. Oh, don't you know I fell for fools gold.
We're gonna go ahead and cure those and then see how we like it, and it came out really cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back, and I'm just adding gel. I'm applying it with gel. So I have gel on that little bitty brush. I didn't use a big gel brush because I want my nails to still be matte, and so then I went back with a small brush again that I used to do the little acrylic little beads, and I'm putting those little crystal beads all around. Look at those little grubby fingers. Hi, little mama. Of course she got a touch. Look at those fingers, little mommy. Look at the baby. I just love my little baby. I'm sorry, y'all. I just love her so much. I just love her so much. Okay, I'm sorry. I had a moment. This is a mommy moment. But they are done. Let's go ahead, and y'all know what I'm about to do. I'm about to snap that good old hand into position, okay? Get in formation. Look at that. Look at that. No, no, no. Boom. You got this, sis. Woo! I hope y'all enjoyed this. I love y'all. There will definitely be more tutorials to come with nails. I'll catch y'all next time. See y'all in the next tutorial. Bye.